तो बीमारी में अफसोस करना गलत है। बीमारी हमारी मित्र है, जो हमारे जीते जी उनसे भी हमें अपना कहती है मैं प्रणाम करके आपसे जा रही हूँ। और अगर हमारा योग बल है तो बीमारी सूली से कांटा बन के जा रही है। तो जो इतनी मेहरबानी करती, हम उसी मेहरबान की मेहरबानी माने, हम उसकी मेहरबानी से कभी भी अफसोस नहीं कर सकते। मेहरबानी मान लो अथवा स्वागत करो। तो बीमारी में भी, बीमारियां सबको आती है। जानते हैं 63 जन्मों का अंतिम जन्म है। तो 63 जन्मों के पता नहीं कहाँ कहाँ के सूक्ष्म हिसाब किताब है, अनेक प्रकारों के हिसाब किताब है। थोड़ी घड़ी लिए कोई जा रहा है, बिल्कुल सीधे रास्ते से आप जा रहे हो, मालूम नहीं कहाँ से कोई ऐसा गाड़ी मोटर आती जो कोई बिल्कुल रास्ता ही नहीं, फिर भी कैसे मुड़ करके कोई को धक्का देती, चोट लगती। किसने किया? तेरा दोष मेरा दोष कुछ नहीं, गलती कुछ नहीं, लेकिन ड्रामा के हिसाब पता नहीं कहाँ से उनको किधर इधर पहुंचा दिया। उसको क्या कहा जाता? इसको कहा जाता किसी न किसी समय का कोई हिसाब किताब था जो उनको ड्रामा की भावी ले आकर के चुकतू कराया। तो चुकतू हुआ थैंक्स हुआ या चुकतू हुआ दुख हुआ? ये भी थैंक्स। इसीलिए बीमार खास, इसलिए बीमारी सबकी मेहमान है। कोई इधर नहीं जिसकी बीमारी मेहमान नहीं, लेकिन बीमारी को मेहमान समझ के उनका सम्मान करो, वो छूट जाएंगे। तंग नहीं हो, क्या करूं, चल ही नहीं सकती, कितना दिन रखेंगे, बाबा उठा दो, बाबा उठा दो, थक गई हूँ, मेरे से तो होता नहीं, क्या करूं, परेशान है। फिर परेशान खुद होंगी तो घर में परिवार को भी परेशान कर, तो तंग जो होंगी ना, उसी तंग दिल से टिक 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 घर में करती रहेंगे। होता है, तंग होंगी, थकेंगी खुद, कहा पानी दो, पानी नहीं देती, क्या ऐसा, अरे वो क्या ऐसा 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 करते रहेंगे। तो मैं कहती एक तो बीमारी आई, दूसरा क्या ऐसा किया, खुद का एनर्जी गंवाई, दूसरा जो सामने वाला है वो कहता क्या मैं भी तो तुमसे थक गई हूँ, कब मरो तो मेरी भी जान छूटे। फिर 2 बार प्यार से सेवा करेंगे, तीसरे बार मुड़ के मैं भी बीमार हूँ, मुझे भी सिर में दर्द, सो जाएंगे आगे। चाहे बेटा हो कि बहू हो कि बहन हो कि बेटी हो, कुछ भी हो। लेकिन बाबा ने कहा है जब तक भी तुम जिंदा हो तब तक भी बाबा बाबा करते तुम कमाई करो, बीमारी से तंग नहीं हो। आज भी शरीर छूटता तो बाबा ने आज नहीं मुरली में कहा जाएंगे 2-5 वर्षों का ही तो बचा होगा, क्या ज्ञान लेंगे। तो जितने संगम के दिन है, जितने संगम की घड़ियां है, वो महान है। जितनी कमाई कर सको उतनी कमाई करो, पर थको नहीं, तंग नहीं हो। इसीलिए बीमारी को समझो ये मेरे बहुत अच्छे गेस्ट है, मुझे इनकी खातिरी करनी है, न कि उनको गेट आउट करो, भाग जाओ भाग जा, कहाँ ये मेहमान जावे, मैं तो तंग नहीं। उनकी अच्छी मेहमान नवाजी करो तो वो प्रेम और प्यार से आप ही छुट्टी कर जाएंगे, वो बैठ नहीं जाएंगे, ये डरो नहीं। जिसके लिए कहा जाता कि खुशी जैसी खुराक नहीं, आप खुश रहो तो ये भी खुराक है, बीमारी आपको परेशानी। हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, अगर मेहमान रहता भी है तो भी कर्ज चुकता है। उनका होगा कर्ज तो आपको बिना चुकतू किए तो वो जाएगा नहीं। समझो ना, कर्ज है ना, आप उनका कर्जदार हो। वो अपना कर्ज चुकतू कर रही है, आप क्यों कहते हो कि जाओ? उनका कर्ज जब तक चुकतू नहीं है तो आप जाएंगे भी नहीं। तो उनको कर्जदार समझो, और वो भी कर्ज जितना चुकतू हो उतना ये सर का बोझा। तो जैसे हम कहते, अब फिर आती भाई, योग बल से विक्रम विनाश होता क्या? यही तो विक्रम के हिसाब है। बीमारियां सीमारियां ये सब क्या है? ये विक्रमों का बोझा है ना। वो चुकतू हो रहे हैं, चाहे आप भोग करके चुकतू करो, चाहे खुशी से चुकतू करो। मैं पूछती हूँ, ऐसा कोई यहाँ नहीं बैठा होगा जिसको कोई टांग दर्द, कोई सिर दर्द, कोई पेट दर्द न होगा। कुछ न कुछ होगा जरूर। थोड़ा बहुत तो हर एक को है, नहीं? ऐसा कोई कहे मुझे कुछ भी नहीं है, नथिंग। कोई को बीपी होंगी तो कोई को टीपी होंगी, कुछ तो होगा। थोड़ा कहा इसीलिए, और कहा कि किसी को ये भी नहीं है, ये हम नशा नहीं रखते। मैं तो कभी उम्र पर बीमारी नहीं पड़ा हूँ। जिस किसी ने ये अपमान किया है, छठ दूसरे दिन उनको बुखार हो जाता है। मैं कई बार देखा, मैं भाई इस बात का अपमान कोई नहीं करो। आज अपमान करेंगे, कल वो अपमान तेरा ही सामना करेगा। कहेंगे आप बताता हूँ कि मैं तेरे पास कितना मेहमान हूँ। लेकिन हाँ, ये नशा है कि अरे जब मन तंदुरुस्त है तो तन तंदुरुस्ती है, ये हमारा नशा है। तो मन की तंदुरुस्ती में तन तंदुरुस्त रखो। तन की बीमारी से मन को बीमार नहीं करो। इसीलिए बीमारी को बीमारी नहीं कहो, परंतु कहा मेहमान कहो। ये भी इस युग के, इस जन्म का, अंतिम जन्म का हिसाब है। इसलिए बाबा ने कहा कोई हॉस्पिटल में भी जाता तो उसको हॉस्पिटल नहीं कहो, परंतु होली हॉस्पिटल।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today's step 29, the story of immortality. Madhuban, a model of paradise, experienced the land of transformation. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi, and as today is Saturday, just to remind everyone that after our journey, we will have our brother Eric with us, and we will have chit chat today. Om Shanti. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Yes, some things are same, some are different. Flowers are same, Baba's picture is different. The place is different because I'm at Peace Village today. So it's a new setting. You all want to come to Peace Village? How many of you want to come? I know as soon as this is our first experiment. So want to thank Peace Village Nivasis to host. Some of us are here. So quite a good family here, and yeah, we will do a few days of silence and experiment the use of Peace Village. So lots of love. good wishes for Peaceful Age Nivasis. How many of you had been to Madhuban? Let me see hands. Or I should ask other way around. How many hadn't been to Madhuban? Very few, right? Mm. Yeah, Madhuban is Madhuban. I remember that I met Brahma Baba in Delhi, and I used to study. So Baba said, during vacation, why don't you come and spend few days in Madhuban? And in those days, to travel to Madhuban was 24 hours by train, because they used to call it, they had local trains, then fast train. Like these days by train, 14 hours you can be there at Abu Road, and then to go up the mountain. But those days were 24 hours. So all of us had this thought, we have to meet Shiv Baba. And so in the train, we used to read Murli because it was a group, and then we will offer bhog also. So we did everything in the train. It was enjoyable. Brahmins always make everything as picnic, right? As adventure. But when I reached there in Madhuban, it was really, really what it is today was very different. In Pandav Bhavan, very little place, very old, you know. They kept renovating and expanding. And it was difficult, you know, when I said at least those of us who lived in Delhi, Bombay, you know, cities, limited hot water, no running, you know, you have to just get half bucket of hot water and you take shower. It was small rooms in a way where 6, 8 will sleep. I was very fortunate to get to stay in the little main place where there were 8 beds, and it was behind. Those of you have gone to Baba's room, it's behind that there is a small hall. Until now, there are not many old daddies, but some stay. So I got one bed there, just behind exactly Baba's room. It feels whatever were physical lack of facilities or difficulties, but vibrations, like it felt like, oh, this is my home. Like what I am here or what I am doing, I have done many, many times. Big, big wood fire to cook. And we all used to help to make chapatis and cook also. But it was like so much fun, so much love from Baba all the time. And because it was not very large number, so we were able to spend a lot of time with Baba. So I think it was really, uh, we use the word paradise, but one of the important quality was a lot of love, care for each other. Every time, like, you see anyone, you want to help. And so it was like home. Of course, later on, we do realize that there is no sorrow, there is no conflict, and it's like beautiful, beautiful feelings. And because of that, we start calling it paradise. But it was more like when anyone will visit first time, will say, oh, it's really like heaven. But for me, it was like going home. It's my home and it's my family, and you want to do everything, share everything. And then, of course, Baba will, walk around, give drishti. And Baba's drishti was light and might. And every step we were taught how to do things accurately. Baba loved punctuality and everything, even very, very basic and simple, but very clean, very clean. And at that time, it's not we had sevadaris or workers. No, we did everything, washing pots and cooking food and everything. We all had to do it. I think that simplicity and is somewhere it is very good because intellect is not pulled. We have a lot of facility, then I think our intellect also is full. So I must say that those olden days and my childhood days as a Baba's child, I really loved it. It was like a real village than a big city. And then until now, it is in Mount Abu that there is no violence in the sense of like in big cities, they have so much problems, but not there. So we keep realizing that Baba has chosen this place for us. And so it's like forest of honey, Madhuban, and it's our home. I am sure those who haven't gone will get invitation, you will be able to go. And those who have been going will also be invited. It will happen. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now we will invite our angels. We'll start our journey. Again, to remind you all, after that, we'll be having chit chat with Brother Eric and Didi. So stay back with us.
Step number 29, experience the land of transformation.
I have come to understand that Madhuban is my spiritual home in this physical world. The atmosphere here has been created by the benevolent presence of my father and teacher, and the conscious attitude of the children who have come to visit here from all parts of the world. The atmosphere is so pure and powerful that it touches my heart as soon as I enter the gate. As I walk into the courtyard for my next meeting with the Father, I see him sitting on a chair with many students gathered around him. He is smiling and giving each one a toli. He sees me approaching and says, "Come, child, come." I stand in front of him and look into his eyes. I feel the power of love filling my heart. He smiles and hands me a toli. Then he says, "Come, child, come." We walk to another place on the grounds where there is a small yellow hut. We both leave our shoes at the door and sit down inside the hut.
Madhuban is the land of transformation. It is the land of blessings. And this is the main power that transforms the atmosphere. There is the experience of the company of the truth. When coming into connection with every soul, there is the attitude of benefit love, cooperation, selflessness, elevated thoughts, and pure feelings. To step into Madhuban is to step away from the whole world. It is as if you have reached an even more elevated place than the golden aged world. Madhuban is the land of blessings, the powerful land, the land of elevated company, the land of easy transformation, and the land that enables you to experience all attainments. Everyone feels the unlimited capacity to imbibe all the treasures received. The sun of truth never sets in Madhuban. It is a place that provides all with equal access to knowledge, love, and sustenance. Madhuban is a house of mirrors. No one experiences illusion here. The light of truth nurtures everyone and protects them from battles, attacks, conflicts, and difficulties. No one labors. Everyone is safe in the comfort of the Father's home. Everyone receives spiritual refreshment here. Madhuban has a double boundary. One is the atmosphere of the place itself. The other is that everyone stays within the boundary of Srimad, the supreme direction. Everyone takes back a special gift from Madhuban, which is the seat of the authority of all experiences. This gift keeps you safe wherever you go.
I have come to understand that there is a vast difference in listening to him outside of Madhuban and listening to him personally. Here, I feel close to him, listening to him directly and experiencing the reality of what he is teaching me. Everything is heightened in Madhuban. When I have a thought, it seems to manifest almost immediately. I think of someone and they appear in front of me. I feel as if transformation has already begun as I experience the gifts I am being given here.
Welcome, Sister Mira. So nice to have you back with us this evening.
Om Shanti, nice to be back.
Om Shanti.
sisters and Sister Mohini and everybody in the family.
Yeah. So we all know that when we travel to Madhuban, that we come back with many gifts that we're unpacking for many months after we come back.
That's true.
Yeah. So we wondered if you could share with us this evening, some of the gifts that you brought back from Madhuban after being there and visiting for some time.
As you said, there are so many things that we overweight. Our luggage is always overweight. But I think I can share maybe two kinds of gifts that I particularly cherish more valuably. And one is the experience in meditation in Madhuban. And Madhuban is the land of tapasya, or where God's purifying energy is coming into the world, as with Madhuban as the conduit almost. So the meditation in Madhuban can be much more powerful. So, and some of the most powerful experiences in meditation I had were in Madhuban, especially when we have collective meditation. So those special moments, like, going totally beyond and lost in another dimension, that kind of powerful experiences, I think I carry back as a gift from Madhuban. And the second kind of gift, I think, is for me, the blessings that I receive from Madhuban. We always share blessings in all the gatherings in other places as well. But the blessings that I receive from Madhuban is especially more meaningful and powerful, and I take it that way. So the certain, self-respect points and certain phrases that really, really touches my heart more deeply and really resonate with me are like, the chatrak birds, or, flame, moths jumping into the flame, and especially the expression responsibility of love. So when I receive, for example, you are fulfilling the responsibility of love, maybe the blessing can be longer than that, but that's enough for me. And that means so much, and that touches me so deeply in me. So like, how and what, everything, what I have to do and how I should do things. So from the blessings, I really take a lot throughout the year for my efforts and for the kinds of service that I do. So those things I can mention specifically more than anything, everything else, yes.
Well, that's wonderful. Both the tapasya, leaving the imprint on the heart, once we've had that experience in Madhuban, and then those blessings. And then there's also the toli, right? Because no one leaves Madhuban without toli. So tapasya, blessings, and maybe toli too.
Yeah, and the physical gifts from Madhuban. Every year, everybody receives some gifts, shawls or, different things. Yes, so many things.
So thank you very much for sharing, and we'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night with us.
Thank you for this opportunity to share. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Sister Mira. That was lovely, highlighting the very important things that we do take from Madhuban. And I'm sure those listening who have been to Madhuban will connect with what you're saying about the yoga experiences, and also the blessings that we receive that last us, at least for a few months anyway, after coming back from Madhuban. And so for the rest of us, our quest for tomorrow, for the godly dawn, this is our practice for Amrit Vela. In the company of the truth, I am transformed and my heart heals. In the company of the truth, I am transformed, my heart heals. And as we travel through the day, talking about blessings, I remember the land of blessings, and I give blessings to all. I remember the land of blessings, and I give blessings to all. And then our reflection in the evening, our chart. Madhuban is the land of transformation, and we return with many gifts. So what is the greatest change you have experienced since having a virtual or in-person visit to Madhuban? So those who have not been as yet, your virtual visit, and to those who have been an in-person visit to Madhuban, what are the greatest changes you've experienced? So you can write this down in 8 words, or you can choose one word and draw a picture around that word that describes your feelings. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, sisters. It was nice sharing. Now let's start our Avyakti journey. Welcome to Avyakti journey, Avyakti Parivar Chit Chat, sharing from the heart that touches the heart. So I'd like to invite our dear brother Eric. Welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone, and dearest Mohini Didi. So nice to be in Madhuban and also in Peace Village. So really enjoyable to feel the magic of being somewhere else than where we sit. We're watching the program and we're in Madhuban, but also feeling the presence of Peace Village. So very, very lovely. I know we're reaching the end of the journey, it seems. We don't want to, but we are about to complete the whole story. And it's a lovely feeling to have spent the whole month again in a special journey. So maybe there's a symbolic concept that at the end of the book, you are in Peace Village, Mohini Didi. It's just beautiful. And I was wondering if we can come back to the points from Dadiji that we heard earlier, how to welcome sickness as a guest. It's a great concept. I don't know if everyone manages to do it whenever there's a little headache or a little stomach ache. I don't know if we all are happy with this idea of having that kind of guest coming to us. I have more preferable guests usually on my list. I don't usually find that these are the guests I really enjoy. And I thought maybe, Mohini Didi, you want to share with us how to make it real. How can sickness really be a guest that you don't tell, nice coming? Can you please go away right away?
If we remember that is some karmic accounts, and to settle karmic accounts, we need remembrance, right? Like right now, I have that guest in my throat, right? So, but I always, whatever happens, my all attention is on remembrance, you know? Because I feel that it's through remembrance I'm settling. But the way that he's saying, when I do say that Brahma Baba, I don't know, it was with the age or whatever, he used to cough a lot, you know. And then he will say, oh, cough is my friend, you know. I will keep, it's okay. And same with Dadi Janki, she, whenever body is not well, she says, Baba is repairing the body so that we can serve more. Sometimes she will say that elements are being purified. They are becoming Sato Pradhan. You know, so whenever body is not well, Dadis always give such blessings at that time. But what I find that if I am in remembrance or I maintain my spiritual journey and make good efforts, then actually soul is becoming worthy of serving more, right? So then whatever the body is like, but Baba is able to use it. So Baba had nothing to do with the body, but with the stage of the soul, right? So I always remember, and that's why whenever there was very difficult, challenging time, I just kept remembering Baba, be with Baba, and then I find that today I find that yes, Baba is able to use the soul, whatever has been accumulated, then whatever the body is like, So if that thought is there, then of course, see, many times if nature, bodies from the elements, nature, right? If it doesn't block in a certain way, certain things which I could physically do, like, traveling, one has to do it. But a time comes, no, you cannot because your body doesn't permit, or whatever treatment you're taking, it doesn't permit. So you know that it's an indication now that, just use soul power, increase power of yoga, increase power of mind. I don't think otherwise we will do it. We will just keep same routine. So actually body is telling us, stop, change your time, change your timetable, change your routine, but we won't do it. So sometimes I find that matter also kind of a milestone where it just says, no, you can go only up to that extent physically, but now it is spiritually. So inner capacities keep growing if I am in remembrance of Baba.
So this may be our new language when we tell someone,
Mm.
do you have many guests today? And any guest in your body when we talk about the well-being. But you're saying, of course, we think sometimes of it to be a karmic account. Is it always really a karmic account, the way the body goes through something? Because we look at Brahma Baba, the daddies, at the end of their life, they had to, is this really, do we have to think they had to settle something? Because we like to think they were already, free from settling. And sometimes when we think of a disease or a sickness to be a karmic account, how do we make sure we don't have any guilt associated, even unconsciously, with the fact that, oh, I must have done something wrong to experience what I'm going through today? So what's the healthy medical, mental attitude so we don't feel guilt?
Yeah, but one thing I like about Brahma Baba, that he was healthy until last day. He used to walk fast and, it's only cough, but basically I always keep his image that his eyesight, he was walking, everything was almost normal until 90 plus age. That was very good because he really ascended. He reached to his stage, a big stage. Now, see, all of us have some karmic accounts, but everyone settles in a different way, some through body, some will have difficulty of their nature, so relationships, some have financial difficulties, and some their mind is not stable, like they are not able to ascend. Somewhere they get stuck. So these are four ways, no? And all of us, since copper age, in some way or other have used vices, right? Because of maybe attachment, because of greed. And so, I don't feel that there is guilt because that's how the life was since the copper age. But I think still we are very, very fortunate. Look at now what is going around, but each one of us, we are keeping well, no, in our our minds are good, our body is manageable, and we are able to eat dal roti, right? Still have good place to live, and I think we are very fortunate. Even when I think of last birth, and I say if last birth is so good, imagine what the first birth will be like. So guilty about what? All of us in some way or other are, have to settle, right? So, but we are fortunate that we have knowledge that we are settling. So instead of settling, we are not battling or creating more karmas. But of course, it's settling, but also soul is ascending. Our degrees of purity, our service, everything is increasing, ascending. That's what sometimes I ask Baba that when, you know, all what I am doing now, if body would have been well, how much better I could have done. But it won't be like that. So I feel that once there is this contentment that I'm able to serve, and I feel really at this stage that it's Baba who makes us use us, because of the remembrance, because of yoga, because of our trust, and because of our faith, right? Baba is able to use the souls to serve in unlimited way.
There was a point in the Murli 2 weekends ago, the whole Murli on love, and leakage. And Baba mentioned so many aspects related to love. And one was very interesting, and I liked it when he said, love also enables, to settle karmic accounts. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday when you mentioned, I really, really enjoy when you said that real service is to help others to have a vision of themselves, which is higher, to make them move into their higher stage and not to remind them of their mistake or their lower stage. So do you think we can help or we can serve in such a way that it also remove karmic accounts in others?
Yeah, so what is happening that when your vision towards them is elevated, right? You are not getting entangled into anyone's weaknesses or sanskars or, otherwise what start happening that is other soul, but I am also settling with that soul. I am having waste thoughts and why they do not have this much capacity, why they cannot do it, why can't they be accurate? So many thoughts come. But I remember one of the Dadi, when I came in, Gyan said, never expect anyone to have same capacities or qualities as you have. Otherwise, you will be very frustrated and disappointed. And I immediately remind myself, if I see that when they can do better, why they can't be like this, why there is more understanding, I immediately say everything in everyone is according to their part, right? Even nature, maybe they need that kind of nature in their part, So I was telling someone that, I always had been kind of innocent comparative to a lot of people, know their intellect. So I love it, but I always have one or two around me who always will kind of, take care of wherever I needed to be another way around. So I think that everyone, according to their part or according to whatever the nature is, they get their part. It's like, our understanding keep deepening every day. And I said, oh, this is how I don't not necessarily want to know everything. I don't want to know necessarily about everyone, everything. And there are some people, they want to know everything. They keep going on. Or some have very investigative type of intellect. And for me, I just say, okay, whatever anyone tells me, that's it. I don't need to I don't have that nature. So I think that it's maybe nature gives you part, or it's your part that you get that kind of nature. But every minute with everyone, there is a kind of settling. You will find that even, like those who have love, if there is even little attachment, there is suffering, or even those who are serving, you have to tolerate whatever, you know, things are there. So settling, I think, is ongoing all the time. But our attention is not there. Our attention is more, let's maintain good relationship. Let's have respect for everyone and help others also to have their self-respect. So it is more on creating those kind of quality relationship. But of course, nearest relationship have more settling than anywhere else. And that's why we are very careful where we say be detached and lovely.
I'm remembering, of course, Daddy G's love, Daddy Kumarka's love, Daddy Janki's love, and you experience Brahma Baba's love directly. And I'm wondering, when Baba says love can also settle karmic accounts, I'm wondering, when I felt the love from the daddies, could that love also be instrumental to free me from some limitations or karmic bondages? And if my feeling is that yes, definitely their vision for us, their purity of vision for us helped us to be free from our limited vision towards us. And I'm wondering, how can I do the same? How can we also offer such a quality of love? Even some people, they look so stuck in their own role. You wonder, are they going to be really having gold, silver, copper, iron, or are they going to stay same all the time? So how do we keep such a vision? Where do you find your vision to be able to see others in their elevated stage when they seem to be a bit stuck in their own lower stage?
No, but we know that everyone's stage of perfection has degrees, no? Like number one souls, their perfection, and then gradually that also is different. But I think that for me, I was remembering, and I did mention yesterday, we had tradition. Whenever we met anyone, wherever we met, we first shared the Drishti, right? And that was very good, because what to share in Drishti is love. What you share in Drishti is your good wishes or pure vision. But now we don't take, we don't have, we just pass within a second, share Drishti. But that old, you remember old days, there was just really loveful Drishti. We looked at each other in the center of forehead, and then we said Om Shanti. So we might start doing that. And when we do that, then we will also know that how we are sharing good wishes, we are sharing Baba's love, we are sharing elevated vision. But now we don't even look at each other properly. We just start talking, we just start saying what we have to say. So first we have to share that loveful drishti also. Yeah.
It's lovely that, yes, we remember these amazing moments with the daddies and their drishti. Do you find that giving love, when Baba says sometimes you have to give others virtues and powers, how do you do that? Do you have your virtues and powers in your pocket and you're ready to just give from a virtue box or from a power box? How do we give those values and qualities? And for you, what is your intention do you think sometimes, this one, I'm going to give him patience because he really needs patience, or it just comes?
No, let's say if someone gets irritated very quickly and we are together and I say, no, I have to maintain patience. I have to really maintain extra patience. So when I'm doing it, it's like donating the virtue at that time of patience. Being in that virtue actually is donating or cooperating in the task, because that virtue is most needed, or patience. Some don't have patience, so just maintain patience. I saw dadis doing that, and that could also be donating, it could be mansa seva, it could be subtle cooperation, but that's what I think we all need to do, so that Baba's task, if someone gets impatient quickly, but you just maintain patience. And so somewhere it becomes, no, balance it. So that's called donating virtue or cooperation through virtue. And it's good for the task, right?
It's subtle because at the same time, if we don't want to see the weakness on the other, it's not that we should give in response to seeing a weakness, but to give in response to seeing a virtue, isn't it? Or
yeah,
otherwise, we'll be seeing the weakness and thinking, okay, this one is wrong. Let me give him something good. So how to even give something without even seeing the weakness of the other?
So see, we all are together for Baba's task, right? So we are doing a task, and we find that everyone has certain limits, right? And if one has that limit, then I can use it little more unlimited, So I look at more as a task, and of course in relationship, that I know that this will get very upset about something. And I decide I have to stay very quiet, I have to stay very peaceful, smile and make it light instead of make it more complicated, So to maintain good atmosphere, good relationship, and Baba's task continues and get accomplished, properly. So I really enjoy doing it because that's where you feel good. You said, oh, okay, we made it. So whichever virtue was kind of not sufficient in the atmosphere or relationship or for task, you just stay in that virtue. Bring more and more that in your thoughts, words, drishti. And it's really very charitable, very enjoyable also.
So we'll all be staying with you in Peace Village, and please convey to each and everyone in Peace Village our love. I know on behalf of the whole family, I can join and tell you how much we're happy you are in Peace Village. I'm sure it must be a beautiful moment. So bring all our love to the whole family in Peace Village, and we wish we could be with you physically, but I'm sure we're all experiencing Peace Village now with you. And so very nice that we can give our love to all the family in Peace Village, all of them. So thank you, Mohini Didi.
They all are listening to you, and I'm sure one day you all will be able to come also here.
Definitely.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti. Good night.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, Didi and dear brother Eric. It was nice chit chat. And now we will close with Baba's remembrance.
Om Shanti. And yeah, it's beautiful here. All the flowers and very, very beautiful. So good night and take care. Om Shanti.